Believe in the you that believes in you. This is a line from Gurren Lagann, from Kamina to Simon, or Simon as they call him. And it's a line that he uses, it's similar to a line that he usually uses. So usually he says to believe in the him that believes in the other person. So like, believe in me, believe in the me that believes in you, so that you believe in you. And then he's like, believe in yourself, but in the version of yourself that believes in you. And I really like this because the thing about motivation and inspiration, all the things that we do or use to get us to do things in life, at the end of the day, it's a choice that we need to make for ourselves, by ourselves, within ourselves. So I am very much the type of person who is rebellious by nature. And anytime my mom would tell me to do something, I could literally be like, you know what? I'm about to clean up my room. And she'd come in, wow, Latia, clean up your room. And I'd be like, oh, wow, Mom. I was just thinking about doing that. Now I'm not going to. Good job. Now you gave another 24 hours before this is going to start. Let's go. Now it's a game of how long can I go without cleaning my room. And it's interesting because like I am very much just rebellious. I remember laying down one day being like, gravity, I'll help you. I got you. Like physical laws, I don't believe in those. So, I mean, I was young in like elementary school whenever that started, but it's interesting how much tension I carry in my body, and it's just like, I wonder if like part of me like subconsciously was like, yeah, we'll be tight, we'll be tense, we'll be light. Tight is light. I've done acro yoga, and that's actually a phrase where if you're a top, or not a top, a flyer, top is, anyways, if you're a top, if you're a flyer, which I tend to be, sometimes it'll be on, I'll have like people's feet on my tummy, and I'll be doing a plank, and it's just like, all right, tight is light. And not only is it light, but it's also easier to manage. So it's like if you're tight in here and their feet are here, it's like you can balance better. But if you like break at your hips or like break anywhere, then you're like, it's gonna be wobbly. Hello, I am Latia. I am a data engineer by day. I like exploring physical movement, such as acro yoga, as I've mentioned. I like anime, I like hip hop, like some aspects of pop culture. Entertainment industry really just like gets me going. And anime, oh my goodness. I remember seeing a post on Facebook one time, and someone was asking a question about, is anime, are anime characters narcissists and just jerks? And I was so livid. I was animated. I was passionate. I was like, no, they are not, for the most part. There are some, like, I read Death Note, and then I watched the anime. So my friend had a 3-volume series of it, and I read it, and I was like, I mean, Light's kind of a jerk and a little bit like superiority complex, but he's not that bad. Like, he's not trying to be a jerk. And then like I saw the character in the show, and I was like, oh wow, there's no hope. There's no way to spin this to where he's like a good person, he's decent, he's nice. It was like, nah, he's probably one of the most misguided, worse, I don't know, narcissistic, very questionable characters. Like one where I was just like, wow, I wanted sympathy and feel good towards you, and now I can't. At least not that version. I still, the book version, I'm like, no, I'll put rosy glasses on. But Light was just very, I'm better than you, I'm smarter than you, I'm gonna like keep my empire, and it was just like crazy. But I feel like shows like Naruto, I feel like in that he's so inspiring, because even though he's outcast and doesn't have any friends and people more deal with him, and he's like a bother to an entire village of people, and he's like an orphan. When he's a kid, it's like only the Hokage and his teachers kind of help him, and even then a lot of them don't understand him and is acting out and like what he's dealing with, but they also know that he has this he is a Jinchuriki who has one of the 9 there are these creatures, and one of them lives within him. So he has a lot of power, and that creature happened to have ruined their village. So there's a lot of animosity towards him that was not his fault. And even still, all he wanted was to be acknowledged accepted, to protect the people he loved, and to be friends with anyone who would be friends with him. And to me, that's noble, because a lot of times when we get hurt or something happens, we shut off, we close down, we're like, nah, I ain't gonna be friends with nobody, like, you know, leave me alone, go away. But this is like an example of how you can take something that's happened to you, or take this energy, and you can create something that works for you. And what better motivation and inspiration really in life is that? Because motivating to me is more like you're annoying and obnoxious. It's like, I don't like for people to try to motivate me, because it's just like a lot of the times it just doesn't do it. And I go to different events where it's like I will leave motivated, but it's not necessarily like the jumping around. It's not the, you know, necessarily the speakers, unless their message really resonates. So Anthony Trucks is someone that I find very inspiring. I really liked his story. I really liked the things that he shared. I really like how I was just walking along and he was willing to introduce himself to me. That to me showed character, that you see people as people, and that you pay attention to what's around you, because not everyone is that in touch with what's going on. And a lot of people were just kind of like ignoring me, not paying attention. But the person who is here to speak for us, who is going to participate in this event, was willing to stop and turn and say hello to me and ask what my name was. And to me, that's like, wow. Not a lot of normal everyday people ask me who I am or talk to me. And this person who is going to present for us, who's been through things, is willing to stop and give me attention. Respect. And also, it's like, anytime we are trying to get to the next level in life, a lot of times it's the people around us and the things that we deal with. And in anime, most of the times they're dealing with crazy situations like Bleach. What? You have a Shinigami coming and now you're gonna fight these evil demons and things? Crazy. It's like, I'm glad it's a cartoon, because if it were realistic, a lot of their live action versions just don't do it. But Death Note version, I wasn't completely upset with. It was interesting. And the other thing is just that a lot of it's just, I guess, like a challenge, and all the things that it makes you think of, and the way they handle relationships and people. It's so complex and just fascinating. So I mentioned Naruto earlier, and I like Naruto, how he dealt with things. It's also interesting because Sasuke is a foil, and how he starts hating everything and becoming more closed off as things go on, and all the stuff that he has to deal with. But a show that I feel is similar yet different is Black Clover. And that one I feel is different because, so it's Asta and Yuna. They're two orphans. Asta's like Naruto, kind of bumbling. He has no magic in a magical world. And then Yuno's like similar to Sasuke, like amazingly gifted, very powerful. Everyone loves him. So what happens is Asta wants to be Wizard King, and he wants to do this since he's a child. Like, that is just his lifelong mission. He knows what he wants. He has definite aim. He is very clear. And as they grow up, it starts off with Yuno being a crybaby, and then he gets inspired by Asta and is like, no, we're rivals. Like, we're going against each other. And that show has a lot of the themes of rivals, where there's Captain Yami versus Captain of the Golden Doms, William Von Johnson. There's different like groups of people where they pair off and they compete with one another, but that's more like peer group. And it's like the principle of the mastermind in a way, or having people in your peer group who are on the same wavelength. When you have those people to inspire you and challenge you and make you take up your coat of arms and go to war, it works. And also, I was reading Living Your Best Year. I believe my coach recommended it to help me with my goals. And in that, one of the bullet points for why our goals don't work is you need something or someone to fight against. So look into your life, look into whatever works for you, and pick something to fight against. I know for me, I remember being a child, and I was in my aunt's, at one of my aunt's houses. So my aunts used to live like side by side in an apartment building, and we were at the aunt who didn't babysit me at her house, and they were having a conversation about when we would grow up, and they were like, oh, this kid's gonna go to the NBA and he's gonna be so rich and it's gonna be so wonderful. And myself, I didn't say it out loud, but I was like, no, he's not. One, he's short, he's gonna be small, so he's not gonna be big enough. Two, yeah, even if he does make it into the NBA, statistically speaking, that is not the way out of poverty or anything else. It is just a fleeting moment in time because most people don't manage their money or themselves well enough to take that and make it a franchise. So more people are like, MC Hammer, I'm gonna lose my fortune. I don't know if you got it back or not. I don't pay attention that much, but I know he's lost it before. Versus a Magic Johnson, let's create theater to make a bigger impact on the world. Like, not everyone's business minded, future thinking, or willing to create a plan and put it into action or try new things and fail. So those are just some animes that I find to be a bit inspiring. I absolutely love Gurren Lagann. I really like how Kamina is always telling Simon to believe in himself or to believe in people who believe in him, but that's just so that he can get the strength to like keep fighting and keep going. I really like Naruto. It's just entertaining. I watched Shippuden all the way through, and then I've watched some of when they were kids, and I'm like, I might go back to it, don't know. And Black Clover, I watched that. I usually keep up every week, but actually I don't. I usually let it build up for a few weeks. Like, I let it queue up, and I ignore Black Clover for a few weeks, and then I'll binge watch a few episodes at once because like they're very quick. And sometimes if I watch one at a time, it's just like, wow, you kind of resolved this and I created this big problem. Really? Wow, playing with my emotions. I don't know how I feel about this, but all right, guess I just have to sit with it until you come back with them episodes. So, and if you didn't know, oh my gosh, I love animes. Those are just 3 that came to mind this morning as I was thinking about how when we want to get motivated, it's not going to be someone else. It's not going to be something outside of ourselves. Motivation needs to be internally driven. So I don't want to motivate people. I want to inspire them. I want to be an example, a role model, a leader, a support, a challenge, whatever it takes, so that the people that I care about, which secretly everybody in the world, we're all in this together, super care about y'all. And target marketing. I have to figure out that small group of people where I'm like, nah, y'all are my people. I got you. I want the best for you. And I hope you want the best for you too, so we can come together, synergize, whatever. We just, boom, mastermind, powerhouse, explosion. But yeah, so let me know what you think. Comment below, subscribe, whatever, and have a wonderful day.